Imagine stumbling upon a village that seems plucked straight from a fairy tale. Tucked away in the heart of Austria, we uncovered just that. In all seriousness though, Hallstatt, which sits upon the shores of Hallstatter Sea, was reportedly the inspiration for the Disney blockbuster Frozen. Keep watching to follow along while we explore the picture-perfect old town.
It's incredible.
And even attempt salt mines with claustrophobia. How are you feeling?
Not good. I don't know that I'm going to be able to do it. I don't think I will. We'll see.
Good morning. We have woken up in potentially the most beautiful village we have ever visited.
To say this village is beautiful is an absolute understatement. I think it's the epitome of an idyllic lakeside village. It is incredible.
It is beautiful. You can come here by train or you can do a day trip by bus, but I highly recommend staying. It has been amazing to get away from the crowds in the early morning.
Through the middle of the day when the big large tour buses come, it gets a little bit overrun. So to have the mornings and evenings to yourself here to venture through the village when it's a lot quieter is absolutely magical. So certainly worth spending a night or two here.
We've got some really fun things planned. We're going to go and see the town from the lake, and we're going to go see it up from above as well.
Potentially the salt mines as well.
Which date all the way back to prehistoric times. They found a settlement of about 1,000 graves, which is super cool.
But we've got a very busy 1.5 days here and we'll take you along with us. Sorry about the lake in the background if it's a bit noisy, but we just got off the Piccolino lake tour, which is the boat/ferry which takes people to the train station. It's a 25-minute boat tour, just literally takes you to the other side of the lake and back for €7 per person. Certainly worth doing. It gave you such an awesome vantage point back of the Hallstatt village, which was just incredible.
While seeing Hallstatt from the lake was pretty cool, nothing beats seeing this picturesque spot from the well-known Panoramic Viewpoint on Gossam Ulstras. We were honestly speechless when we reached this spot and loved it so much that we actually came up 3 times during our stay.
The old town of Hallstatt is really what you come to see when you visit this fairy tale village. The winding alleyways are lined with charming houses with flower-draped wooden balconies, and the skyline is dominated by a majestic tall church spire. This village only has around 1,000 residents, so if you get up early and avoid the crowds, it is incredibly serene. We spent hours meandering through the streets, popping into the sweet shops for a few Christmas mementos, and enjoying the view of the spectacular alpine lake.
At the centre of it all is the market square, which sits in the centre of the old town and was definitely a favourite spot in the village. This spot is a UNESCO World Heritage Site and is surrounded by an abundance of cosy cafes and bars. We had a cheeky New Year's punch here to celebrate our first day in Hallstatt.
The swans are very friendly. They must get fed by tourists all the time because they come straight up to you.
The most charming part of this village is the abundance of majestic swans. They are definitely accustomed to human interaction. They were more than happy to come and say hello.
Everywhere in this town is just ridiculous. We can't walk anywhere without being absolutely blown away. So we're excited for the rest of the day.
There isn't a heap of food options in Hallstatt, but we lucked out with a table at the Lakeside Umbrella Bar, and while the schnitzel didn't quite live up to the hype of our Vienna standards, we can't think of a more beautiful spot to enjoy an Austrian schnitzel and beer. If food is your thing though, make sure you check out our Vienna vlog to see us try the famous schnitzel at Figmuller restaurant.
The schnitzel tour of Austria continues.
What are your thoughts? Decent?
Didn't look the best, but it's delicious.
We stayed in a guest house called Hallstatt Hideaway, which was right in the heart of the old town, that was built for the Empress in 1740 and definitely felt fit for royalty.
And oh my goodness, the views from our room were completely breathtaking. Even though it's a bit inconvenient to get your baggage into this pedestrian-only village, we highly recommend staying right at the heart of Hallstatt to experience it all without the day trippers.
We started our second day with a stop at the cutest bakery that served local Austrian pastries called Bäckerei, Konditorei, Maislinger. That was a mouthful. The coffee here was pretty decent, and it was a great place to people watch the locals of Hallstatt.
We were super keen to see Hallstatt from above, and also to explore the impressive salt mines. so we bought tickets to go up the mountain and tour the mines for €40 each. The funicular to the top of the mountain leaves right from the heart of the old town and treated us to a teaser of the incredible views to come. While I was super excited to see the prehistoric mines, I heard they even have slides. Peter was not as keen.
So we're at the top of the cable car now, doing the about 600 metre walk to get to the start of where the salt mines are, and I'm freaking out a bit. I have a massive phobia of tight spaces, claustrophobia, and I'm freaking out about doing this salt mine tour. So there's probably an 80 or 90% chance that I'm going to have a panic attack during this tour, but Grace really wants me to do it with her. So we'll see how I go and if I actually make it on the tour or not, or if I pull out beforehand, or if I survive and make it through, but we'll see. I get to walk into the mines for about 50 metres and then I can make a call of whether I do it or not. That's what the guide said.
So I just finished the salt mine tour. I did end up doing it solo. Peter left early, but I think it would be okay if you're claustrophobic if you push through the first 5 minutes or so. It was so cool, super informative. They even had a light show and a 3,000-year-old staircase. It is insane to think that people were down there in prehistoric times, 200 meters below ground. Super cool, and I highly recommend the tour.
I might be claustrophobic, but I'm not scared of heights, luckily, so I can enjoy this. This is much more my thing.
After the salt mine, we headed to the skywalk to experience Hallstatt from above. And wow, the view from up here was well worth the effort. We could see the whole of Hallstatt sea lake and had a panoramic view of the surrounding mountains. When we saw that one of the top-rated restaurants in Hallstatt was a takeaway burger joint, we knew we had to give it a go. The burgers at Burgerman were so tasty, and all of the ingredients tasted super fresh, and their chips were perfectly crunchy.
It's honestly one of the best burgers I've had in a long time. I couldn't help myself, had to get another one for the road. Just freshly cooked to order. So yum.
Off to have a drink to celebrate our amazing day in Hallstatt.
And me not doing the salt mines.
We'll get him in Poland.
One final last stroll through this incredibly beautiful village. And our last morning here, we're up early, so before the tour buses and tour groups have arrived, we've got the whole place to ourselves, it feels.
A wrap on our time in Hallstatt. We are reluctantly leaving, but we still have some really cool Austrian adventures coming up.
We do. We're off to Salzburg now for a day trip, and then we're off to Alpac for a bit of skiing.
We had such a great time in Hallstatt. It was so different from our jam-packed time in Vienna. Next up, we head further into Austria to try out skiing, so keep an eye out for that vlog.